Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today is day 12 of the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar series for 2024. All right, we are going to open the little door, and what does this little picture look like? It looks like a little cup with a straw and a drink and a little citrus, I don't know, slice or whatever. And that's pretty cool. All right, so right off the bat, I'm kind of not feeling inspired by the whole citrus and stuff, but I do want to use the majority of the set if I can. So I am going to do a little alteration, like stretch your supplies here. I think that should be a Santa milk and cookies. So I'm going to just die cut all this stuff out in the colors I think I want it to be, and then I'm going to see what I can do with it to make it the way I want. And initially, I thought that I wanted the cup to be red, but then I realized that I wanted the straw to be red and white striped, so the cup should not be the same color. So here you see me die cutting the cup out of red, and then in the end, the cup ends up being green, because I think I did that die cutting off camera when I realized I didn't like it in red. So this is what we're doing here. All right. I don't know why I always flick these dies when the die cuts won't come out and I think it's going to work. I always have to get the pokey tool to get them out. So yeah, here we are, like trying to figure out where all our pieces are. And I'm just testing out if they'll look like cookies when I mark on them with the markers. And that is an Olo, what the heck number is that one? 2.7, that's what that one is. And we're just going to make little dots so that they look like chocolate chip cookies. I did take those dies after I die cut them. Not the one that looks like citrus segments, but the other ones. And I ran them back through the die cutting machine to try to smooth out the lines a little bit so they would look more like cookies and less like a slice of something citrusy. When my 7-year-old came in the room, he immediately saw them and was like, cookies! So he knew. So hopefully everybody else gets the idea. And now we're just fussy cutting them a little bit so they look like they were bit into, not, not just slices of oranges or lemons or limes or whatever. I just thought it would be cute and funny, but I figure if my kid can figure out what it's supposed to be, then I think I did a pretty good job. But we're just going to drop our little cookies here. I decided that chocolate chip cookies would be the easiest ones to do. The ones that are actually my favorite for Christmas are the peanut butter ones that you put a Hershey Kiss in the center of them. But I kind of figured those might look a little weird if I tried to draw them, so I didn't do it. So we're just drawing little stripies on the straw with the red Olo marker. That is our 0.5. And then I'm taking this metallic piece of cardstock, and we are going to draw ourselves a big old plate so we can put our cup and our cookies on there. And I'm just using the edges of the oval die to kind of trace myself a circle or like a ovally plate. I'm literally the worst at freehanding most things, so I didn't even want to try it because this metallic-y cardstock doesn't like to erase the lines very well, so I just kind of used that. Oop. Alright, so my kiddo is going to come in here in a second, and he's going to take over the talking for a couple minutes, and then I'll come back after he decides to leave, and then we will be all set. Alright, Riker, do you want to color with this CG5 Olo marker around the edge of this?
Yeah!
Alright, I opened it for you. Go ahead and color. Make sure you don't color our cookies though, okay? Let's do the milk cup together first.
Okay.
So, we need to glue this part on. You want to put glue on the back of this?
Yeah!
Okay, go ahead. Is it good?
Yep.
Okay, good job. Alright, now we gotta put it down here. Now we gotta squish, squish, squish. Alright, so what we're gonna do is this is the straw. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Apparently, I did not get any footage of him actually coloring. I don't know what happened, but it didn't record, so we just got that little bit of footage of him because then he got bored after he colored the little tray thing for the cookies. He got bored and left, so it is what it is. He's 7. He'd much rather be playing video games at this point, so I appreciate the little bit of time he does come and hang out in the craft room with me. But like I said, he did notice that they were cookies, and so I'm excited. But now we are going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to use Catherine Pooler Party Dress for the sentiment. And we are just going to stamp it on a scrap of gray cardstock. I don't know what cardstock this is. It was in my scrap bin. But we're just going to stamp it. And this stamp, I haven't used it before. Somebody gave it to me, and I haven't used it before. So it needed, like, I guess I didn't like season it because it took like 5 coats. Like, I didn't even record the whole thing of me coloring it or stamping it again and again. But here we go. And I decided this looked a little too plain. So we are going to try to draw some little... We're going to use those 2 Olo markers, the R.0.5 and the G0.4. And we're going to make little, like, holly type of things to the best of my ability, just to put in the corner of this. I always try to do a test run on the same cardstock to see how the markers are going to react before I do it on the actual project, because nothing is more annoying than ruining your project because you didn't test something out. So we're just going to do that in the corner to make it look a little more festive and stuff. And I'm sure if I would have dug through my stash, I probably could have found something that would have done the same trick, but I just wanted to freehand it and see how it went, because why not? All right, the cup looks like it's dry. Good. And we're just going to try to figure out how this is all going to get arranged here. It was at this point that I realized it was not going to work for an A2 size card. So I did end up creating a... I do end up creating a 5x7 card base, because this was gonna... My vision was only going to come to life on a 5x7 card base. I don't really have a ton of Christmas stuff, like stamps and dies and stuff like that for Christmas. So the ones that I have, I kind of like have to stretch them because I just don't have that much Christmas stuff. But this is a 5x7 card base we're making here. And I decided I wanted like a little bit more. Like, it wasn't, just being white was not enough. So this is from Gina K Master Layouts 8. And it's like a stitched border die. And I just like put it in with the texture pad into my embossing machine, and it turned out really cool. It was absolutely perfect. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make this Merry Christmas thing look like a sign. I should have used a ruler because that didn't come out even, but oh well. So I just drew the little line from the dot that I put on the edge, and that is a micron pen, and it's an 80. So that's all that I did, and we're going to put foam tape on the back there. I am going to spare you the boredom of watching me do the foam tape because it's too much. Like, I've come to the conclusion nobody wants to watch that, so I'm going to cut that all out. And there it looks like a little hanging picture. And what I'm doing there is, at first I had foam tape on the back of the straw because I thought it was going to stick up, but then I realized it was going to be level because I put foam tape on the back of the cookie tray. And so I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue underneath the straw to adhere it to the sign thing that it's, so it doesn't like flip off and get ripped or whatever. And there is my finished card, and I'm super excited. Let me know in the comments below what uses you have for this die set.